All right. Good evening, everyone. How are we? Looks like we're live. Just making sure. I want to confirm. Software's looking weird. Okay. Yeah, okay, cool. There we go. Just making sure. If there's any issues, I'm not getting a live feed. Are you guys able to see the stream? And can you hear me in the chat? Oh. Also, my viewers are oscillating between 0 and 2. Also, sound's not coming through. What is going on? Hang on a second. I'm sorry about this, guys. Give me 1 second. I will be right back. That won't hurt. Ah, okay. Am I back? I don't. Okay, I might be back. All right, give it just a minute. If this is working, I'm just typing that in just to get a feel for the delay. Wonderful. Okay, cool. Cool. It's still showing me a loading screen on my on the YouTube end of it, but everything says excellent condition, and and I'm good. Jesus, that was kind of annoying, but okay. Great. If anything happens, let me know in the chat. Or, Kylie, you have my number. I have my phone near me. Feel free to text me if anything suddenly breaks. Yeah, hopefully this won't happen again, and everything will be perfectly fine, and it won't be a problem at all. So, in the hopes that... Oh, was it the video? Okay, it's buffering until... Okay, now I'm all right. Great. Fantastic. So, if it's fixed, then great. I will... Yeah, I'll take a look at that and see if I can troubleshoot afterwards, just to make sure that this doesn't happen again, or at least, hopefully. So there's that. That's great. I don't know what has been going on lately. I've been having technical difficulties galore over the last couple of weeks. I'm not sure why, but I'll do my best to try and prevent such things in the future. Also worth noting, I mentioned last night that my the DLC that I got for Mass Effect 2 was not properly installed. There are crazy reasons for this. I have fixed it. I just confirmed today that it is fixed, so we can actually get into the DLC content next week as well. So there we go. That is good. That is excellent news, and thank you guys once again for your contributions in helping make that happen. I don't want you guys to forget ever how thankful I am for that. So thank you again. Anyway, so let's dive into Red Dead. Let's get back into San Denis, and let's talk to and confront, as I call him, 1899 Jeffrey Epstein. That'll be Angelo Bronte. Now, there's a bunch of other things that we will probably also wind up doing. Some talking to some of our gang members, and possibly some side quests. There are various side quests to do all over San Denis, a couple of bounties and things. So whatever winds up coming up in the discussion, we'll look forward to. I really hope this doesn't mean now my game is frozen. Heavy black screen. Uh-oh. Don't do this to me. Uh-oh. Okay. All right, well, let's give it a minute. Yeah. Yeah. I think the actual game froze again. Ooh, cheese. That's good to hear. Oh, look, not responding. All right, well, you know what? I'm going to just reset the game now that I actually have the stream running. Oh, I have no luck with this. No luck at all with this. I'm going to reset the game now that the stream is running. I got one half good. Now I'm going to go get the other half good. Hopefully it appears on the right screen, which has been a problem lately. I don't know what in the heck is wrong with all of this. Anyway, though, oh, it's already running. That's not true. Don't tell me that. If you literally cut cheese, then congratulations. That is a wonderful thing to have happen, having some cheese. I would say I would like to have cheese myself, but I'm actually quite full. I had some Popeyes tonight, which is always good. Never say no to Popeyes. Or Pope yes, as it were. There's the debate between which one is truly the Lord's chicken. Is it Chick-fil-A or is it Popeyes? I go with the Pope yes chicken. I've always really preferred Popeyes anyway. Better fries, especially. It's one major point. In any case, so yeah, we had Popeyes tonight, and I had early birthday cakes. My birthday is tomorrow, so if you guys didn't know that, then happy birthday to me. I am turning old, so that's pretty cool. Looking forward to it. Reconnection successful. Okay, I reconnected. That's fine. Okay, how about now? I apologize to Kevin and anybody watching the replay of this before I cut it, because I'm going to cut out the first 15 minutes of this god-awful stream. This is just going horrifyingly wrong. So, okay, well, there we go. You can at least hear me. That is good news. Oh, hey, it's International Friends Day. I did not know that. Neat, though. That's good. Now it's good. Okay, great. So, my microphone is working. My audio is streaming. The video is going to start streaming soon, I hope. Once I have restarted the game again, this is the third time for whatever reason. I don't know why, what happened, or when it cut out for you guys. But I'm keeping an eye on things. Thanks for sticking around through all this mess. This is not the best start for this, man. I'm very, very sorry about this. Anyway. Wait, what is... Uh-oh. What's... OBS is giving me a little red indicator. It's my streaming software is giving me a little weird indicator thingy, so hopefully that's not a problem. Once again, it's on the wrong screen, so I have to go fix that. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Oh no, not another one. All right, let me see. Hold on a minute. I have no idea whether you guys can, in fact, hear me or see me or not right now. I hope so. That changes. Let's see what happens. Let's not confirm those changes because it went to the wrong monitor again. Just skipped to the right one, then to the wrong one. Okay, it looks like I have a stable stream now. Feel free to correct me if I'm horrifyingly mistaken about that. Okay, great. I think we are, in fact, back. No, no. So let's just not change anything. There we go. Hearing and seeing. There we are. All right, there's that nice Civil War battlefield that we were looking for. And I think we're finally all set. Third time is the charm. Let's see what happens. There we go. Proper loading screen. There we go. Oh, man. It has not been since the release of this game that I have been so happy to see this actually loading into the game after almost 17 minutes of trying. Anyway, so that's nice. On a happier note, I got ice cream cake. I love ice cream cake. I also have right now next to me a fantastic pecan praline coffee. Hot coffee, Kylie, to address an earlier concern of yours. I know that a lot of people prefer this thing that some people for some reason refer to as iced coffee, which is more properly referred to as coffee that has gone bad. Now this is in fact a delightful, incredibly hot cup of coffee that if I had not been practicing drinking extremely hot coffee for many, many years, I would not be able to taste a damn thing in any part of my mouth because it would have just burned off every part of the interior of my digestive system. Ooh, pepper jack cubes. Nice, Kevin. Nice. The ice cream cake was an Oreo, so cookies and cream Carvel ice cream cake from Publix. For those of you who may not know, Publix is the grocery store of Florida and the general Southeast, mostly Florida. I don't know. I kind of prefer Winn-Dixie. Publix is a little bit pricier, that sort of thing. But they have a nice wide selection and it's very regional and it's nice like that. So take from that what you will. Yes. So this is one of those views. So my matter of iced coffee. Kylie says, "Dude, I knew you'd mention the coffee." I'm laughing my ass off. Yeah, it's. This is one of my views that I am. Oh no, that's weird. Okay, we're good. We're good. That was terrifying for a second. I don't know if you guys saw that ghost Arthur. But okay. Oh jeez. Hello. Howdy. Come on! Wait, what's happening here? Where am I and why? Oh, that's right. I was on my way to go and steal a stagecoach. Yeah, that's it. Full of moonshine for a weird inventor guy. That's it. Yeah. This is a very controversial opinion because why is everything disappearing? That's weird. Kylie points out that Winn-Dixie has better pastries. I think I mostly agree, and one of the more controversial opinions about competing grocery store bakeries and pastries and all that sort of thing is... Oh, hey, another snake bite? Yep, another snake bite. I actually think that Winn-Dixie has better chocolate chip cookies than Publix, which is an incredibly controversial take from what I've heard. I'm glad that I don't think my wife is on right now, is listening right now. If she did hear this, she would be deeply offended once again, because I do say this a lot.
I got bitten again.
Oh my gosh. You have a problem, sir.
Real deep. Suck it out of me, please.
How about some medicine?
Please, sir. You helped me last time. Help me again.
You're damn lucky I have this.
How about medicine? That's a better idea. But I think I like the...
I can't believe I don't carry this with me.
Yeah, you really should, sir. I really prefer the chocolate chip cookies from Winn-Dixie over Publix. And I know, sorry, Kevin, you can't really participate in this because these are neither of them stores that you have, as far as I know. But oh well, it's fine. If you ever come southwards, just know this. I think the biggest difference is that Publix's chocolate chip cookies are very good, but they are very small. They have a lot of very small chocolate chips, whereas Winn-Dixie is more chocolate chunk, which I really prefer.
This camp ain't yours and you ain't welcome.
Okay, well, I ain't welcome. Bye.
Come
Sounds
on, girl.
See you later, sir.
Knock you shut
Hey, whoa. All right, fine. I can play that.
Whoa.
You shot my hat off. I'm gonna take your cheese. Hey, WizKid, how's it going? Guy just had a picnic out here. Why'd he start shooting at me, you bastard? Alright, well, whatever. Things happen, I suppose. Tackle box. Nice. I will take that. Whatever's in here. I will find my hat, eventually. Bitters. I don't need. Alright, that's it. Alright, let's get out of here. Because that was a complete waste of time. Except for, I guess, the guy shot at me, and I shot back. And that's only fair, really. I don't have a hat now. Do I? I can... There, I have a hat. Anyway. Yes, yeah, sorry, WizKid. The beginning of this stream was a nightmare. I was having technical difficulties for the first, 17 minutes-ish. Finally into the game, you have missed almost nothing. Wait, what's this? No? Okay.
Howdy.
Okay. But yeah, I prefer the fewer chocolate chunks in the Winn-Dixie ones to the lots and lots of smaller chocolate chips in the Publix ones. Publix chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, definitely NEP in action. There, that was absolutely not an aggressive action. I wandered by the guy, and he said buzz off, and I buzzed off, and then he started shooting at my back. So I messed him up a little bit. A lot of it. He's dead. Anyway, we're heading to roads. It is really stormy. Wow. This is nice. WizKid says, I mean, it's not like I really watch it much anyway. I pretty much just treat it as a podcast. But it's still irritating. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I actually, you're not the first to say that they even listened to this afterwards as a podcast. So you can just like double speed it, that sort of thing. Skip over the parts where I'm not really saying much because I'm engrossed in the gameplay and that sort of thing. But yeah, it is. I try and make this as conversational and as voice content as possible. That is really my goal with this. I'm playing a game to just have something to do in the meantime. I'm mostly here to chat about stuff that the game brings up from a narrative standpoint, from a philosophical standpoint, more than actually, doing gameplay stuff. That said, I did at least for Mass Effect, I did really want to have a full playthrough of the game with more or less my preferred choices and Paragon choices and that sort of thing. For reference, for either me or for anybody else. Oh yeah, Kevin, you came for the long whistles. Well, I don't know if we're going to get exactly the same glitch tonight, but we will see. Oh, and naming horses, yeah, of course. I came for naming horses.
I've got that information you asked for.
Yeah, how about the moonshine?
Need something more specific this time. A wagon full of moonshine.
Well, you might just be in luck.
I knew I picked the right fella to speak to.
Yeah, WizKid could be fun. Also, I have no objections to once in a while doing one of my streams multiplayer or something. So you and I can get on and chat about stuff, or other people can come on with me and chat about stuff, whatever the case might be. I've got no problem with that at all. That could be a good time. So, if you or if anybody watching has an idea for that sort of thing that you'd like to come on at some point, send me a message. Let me know what you think, and we will. I'd be happy to arrange something if possible. Oh, yay! It's Mr. Black and Mr. White. Let's go see what they're up to again. I think we already helped them out a little bit, but I think they need more help. Who's that?
You're leaving me, huh?
Sure.
Yeah, well, leave this then.
Okay.
What you fools up to? It's Mr. Black's fault.
His fault, the darky white. Well, I don't know why they call him that. Look at him.
Don't you start now.
I'll knock the color clean off you. Come on.
And I'll tar you, you lily-livered... Enough!
Did we do this already? I don't remember.
Fools look like you've just run off a chain gang.
Yeah, what of it?
What are you doing? Starving.
They got bounty posters for us all over town.
And we can't go into town to get supplies.
Say, mister, maybe you can do us fools a favor. We ain't bad guys at all. He's okay. Even for a darky.
Shut it, you pasty-faced streak of piss!
Yeah, I had up to here with you.
Enough! Do your goddamn favor what you want.
Maybe you can go into town and take down them wanted posters of us.
Okay.
Maybe meet us back at the campfire in the woods and tell us how you did.
And maybe bring us a little bite to eat. Don't push your luck.
Yeah.
Nice fella.
Yeah, you love
Oh yeah,
nice fellas.
Allie points
Don't you
out,
start up again.
I love how the horse is
Shut
named
up.
Oreo
Shut
and you
up.
have an Oreo ice cream cake. Yeah, absolutely. I do love Oreos and everything Oreo related. I really do. Cookies and cream kind of thing. Yes, Oreo I think was named by WizKid, so thank you WizKid. Good idea. Alright, let's find some of these wanted posters that we need to take down for our criminal friends. Aha. This guy's leaning on one.
Hey, I need to get to that poster behind you. Would you move a little?
I will not. Deputy put up plenty. Go get one of those.
Please, mister, I'll just reach by. It won't take but a second.
I'm leaning on it. Find one that ain't in use.
Hey, move. I need that poster.
Oh, I'll move all right. How's this for moving? This what you wanted? Bounty hunted.
Who's talking now, huh?
That jolted me.
Well, that's the dumbest reason I've ever had to beat somebody up. Because they wouldn't stop leaning on a poster. And $40 each. Both considered dangerous, last seen in roads. Nah. Let's not collect their bounty. Let's actually help these fellas. Alright, let's see. There's more.
Ain't as bad as you made out there.
Bad, they worse.
Always was one for gossip.
Oh, hi, doggy.
Jethro Minglethorpe. Gossip.
Come here.
But as usual, you're spreading
Okay, bye, doggy. Alright, let's see what else. Oh, WizKid, AC2 gameplay is in Assassin's Creed 2? It has been a very long time since I played Assassin's Creed 2. It is one of the good ones, I think. Although I will say, 3 is probably my favorite.
Interesting.
Not 3, Brotherhood. Brotherhood is probably my favorite.
Mister, I need that poster. There's
I don't think he said
been a
Dingledorp,
recall.
but it's
I
possible.
wasn't born yesterday. This one's mine, so you can go. Was I not sufficiently clear with you, mister?
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is probably my favorite of the
I don't know
series.
why you're sniffing around, but I don't like it.
Mostly because
You
I'm a
ought to go
Roman
now.
history buff, and I absolutely love the detail paid to the city of Rome in Assassin's Creed.
Go away!
Fine, I'll just follow you. Yeah, I actually really liked the tight area. That was one of the things that I really liked about Brotherhood. It really felt like you could make the you could make the city into sort of your own domain. Here we go. Let's just knock him over and steal his wander poster and maybe some money. 3 was decent. 3 was decent. You really, in order to get the outside the meta story, you really did need to play Brotherhood and then Revelations. Same thing. All right, is that it? Yeah, it's true, but they can just deal. That was it, right? I think. Was there another one, or was that all? I forget. I think that was all of them. Because now I need to... Where's my... missions? Bad input. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Come on. Ambient? Nope. Nope. Okay, this is silly. Alright, well... There is not a way in this game that I have discovered to just see current active quests.
Calm down, please!
What's it? You want to play games, do
What
you?
are you doing?
Come on, you get your hands off her! You brought hell down on yourself. I've taken a liking to killing you, boy. You're dead. You're dying here.
No. Ow.
You cold-footed fool.
So, WizKid says, that's fair, talking about Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. It is really well designed, but in my opinion, the gameplay changes from 2 to Brotherhood were just too jarring. I can understand that. I really did like most of the changes. I honestly even liked some of the additions to Revelations, to the third, I guess the third one, the one right before 3, because because the numbering scheme of that series is absurd and ridiculous and pointless. Are we done? Was that all of them? I think that was all of them, so let's go and see about Mr.'s Black and White. Did I get all of them? I think it was just the 3, right? Ooh, Sage.
Hey,
WizKid says...
The posters?
Oh, yeah, the posters. In lieu of a pardon, they might be useful to you.
When you get them, tell us, okay?
No, there's more.
Okay.
There's more. Okay, I guess I gotta go find the rest. I forget how many there were. So WizKid says, could be because it's not in the glory days anymore. And because of that, I don't have the time and motivation to really dig into it and immerse myself like I'd like to. You mean like your glory days of gaming, or you mean like the glory days of like Assassin's Creed, or the Assassins, or even Ezio, that kind of thing? Because either way, I totally get that. Yeah. I really... Oops. Knocked over a guy. That's fine. I'm just gonna act like that didn't happen. Anyway, oops. But yeah, I think I got into them way back, years ago. I think while I was in college, I guess. I might have started even before then. Maybe high school. So they were, I think it was when I was in college. So it was when I was putting some time into gaming and could just afford to just kind of dedicate myself to it. At least dedicate a good deal of spare time to it. I also happened to play Brotherhood right around the time I was taking a couple of Roman history classes, where we were going through a lot of the actual like locations in the city of Rome. most of which are pretty much accurate in the game, which is really, really impressive. I like I said, that's my favorite part of that game, is just kind of being in the setting and exploring it, and it being actually surprisingly realistic. Oh, there's one more. Okay, there's 5. Okay. But yeah, that was I think my favorite part of Brotherhood, is the city of Rome. It's also kind of why I want to play whatever the London one was, Syndicate, I think. Even though there's some like, jeez.
What in the bloody there, that, will you? Out of the damn way!
Hey.
Shit. Hey, wait up a second. You stop right now or you're dead.
Okay.
Let's see about this. Actually, I'm gonna find someone richer.
I ain't seen nothing.
All right, great. Problem solved. So that was a little wacky. Anyway, let's continue searching for that last wanted poster. I think it's around here somewhere. I know it's in town, but nothing in here. Anyway, so one of the minor things that I wanted to talk about tonight, since now's as good a time as any to discuss this sort of thing, not really having much to do with the game itself, but it's a trend I've been noticing a lot lately that you guys are knowing you guys, my audience in particular, you guys are roughly familiar with some of this stuff. And it is the, I think, increasing prevalence of Mott and Bailey fallacies. Oh no, come on. Investigating. As long as they don't find me, it's fine. Should have just let the damn guy go. Huh.
Hey, mister. Can we hope for some better behavior from you?
Yeah, I really am sorry, I promise. Anyway, so Mott and Bailey fallacies. If you are familiar with the term, I guess if you're not familiar with the term, it is a fallacy of shifting conclusions. It is where an argument shifts between an easily defensible version of what is being put forward and a much more controversial, harder to defend version of what's being put forward. This is incredibly prominent, especially within the last several years, I would say, especially in the American political left. This is, I think, gaining in even more prominence, particularly lately. And so, for some background, this is based on, this is named after a kind of early medieval castle, so like 9th, 10th century. Oh, hey, Nick. Good to see you, Nicholas. So a Mott and Bailey castle is a kind of hill fort. So it is a motte, so a defensive fortification on a hill, so either surrounded by or adjacent to a bailey, which is a small town, basically, defended by a wall or a palisade. The bailey is the livable area, so that is where you sort of want to be. And then the motte is the incredibly defensible place where an enemy cannot possibly assail you. And this came along with a kind of combat strategy.
This man deserves no earthly respect from us. As a sign of respect to our Creator, we pay respect to the dead.
Oh, wonder what this is about. So,
oh, Father, what do we say about a man who lost his way so awfully?
Tell us straight, Father.
Sir, we're in a moment of grief.
Oh, yeah. Let's go over here and wait by the tree.
He carried that awful war with him, rustling horses with a misguided gang of killers. A brave man, undone by pride, doomed to a life of sin and vice. Let us pray for this man, O Father. Provide him mercy. Amen.
I feel like Arthur's looking into his future a little bit here. Well, okay.
Okay.
You take care.
No idea who that was, but amen anyway. So, like I was saying, so the battle strategy for defending a Mott and Bailey castle was when an overwhelming force attacks, you retreat everyone into the Mott, into the highly defensible hill fort, and allow the enemy to take the Bailey. Then you can outlast their attack in the Mott, and then once they leave, you can go and retake the Bailey. Darn it. This is absurd.
Good morning to you. Stop, or I'll kill you. I swear. Stop, or make me kill you. You stop right there.
He stopped. Can I?
He's drinking some odd shine
The law will be interested in this.
Darn it.
Please.
That's the opposite of what I wanted.
Sheriff!
No, no, no. Don't do that. Come on.
I need a lawman.
No, 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 no. Darn it.
Don't you worry, we'll take care of this.
This
You
is absurd.
stay very still. Hear me?
Come on, let's just talk this through.
You
Lord
move
have
again and I
mercy.
will shoot you dead. I swear it. You're done. You ain't the time for pussy.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's get out of here.
We got
Okay,
the
there we go.
numbers. Let's use 'em.
We'll come back. It's fine. I do not think it was peppermint, unfortunately, and that was. I don't think there would be much of a reason for that guy to have peppermint.
On God's green earth.
All right, they're kind of searching, but barely. So let's just kind of do this over here. WizKid says, right, okay, so basically it's a constant back and forth, with neither side ever gaining any ground in the long run. Kind of, but it is a very specific strategy, right? So after the initial attack, right, the defender retakes the territory. And this is the strategy. It's how to make a point, a very broad and otherwise undefensible point, very defensible. And so the example that made this come to mind, yeah, it is entirely possible that they bought my horse from the damned O'Driscolls. That is definitely a possibility. Let's pay our bounty and then grab that last poster.
I'm still here, and I
Yeah,
intend
you
to
are,
stay
sir.
here too. No thanks to you. Run
Whoa,
up
whoa, whoa,
the
whoa, whoa.
tab now, have we?
Yeah. What's with the hostility?
Morning, partner.
There we go.
Too sober to smile.
Things will turn around soon.
All right. That's the last one. Okay, now let's get the heck out of here. I have bad luck in roads, apparently. Anyway, so the
Come on, girl.
the example that made this come to mind is, well, there's two major ones that are going around right now that are very common on, like I said, the political left. And the two examples that really come to mind are Black Lives Matter and Antifa, or anti-fascist. Both of these are, well, they mean two completely different things, depending on whether someone is defending the position against heavy criticism, or if the person is just trying to put forward their own view.
Pretty hot. That's quite a price on you boys.
It is so unfair. I didn't do nothing.
Well, they said you was wanted for murder.
It wasn't murder. It was self-defense.
And you killed a farmer?
Well, firstly, I would have, but he died before I could. And secondly, well, he had it coming. I don't like to say.
Well, ain't no business of mine. Here's the posters.
Thanks, partner. That's that, then.
That's that.
Free at last.
Free from you, at least.
Well, not quite.
Well, all right. They're still going to bicker like an old married couple. So let's find out where we are looking for that coach. Oh no, Charles is back. Oh, his art gallery, isn't it? Oh right, we need to look at the. We need to find the actual paper that he gave us, don't we? Notes. No. Maps, no. Not that. Ah. Now that was the note from the KKK guy. This one. WizKid says, so, like how the definition of Antifa means two completely opposite things, and yet somehow to oppose the organization because of that makes you a terrible person? Yeah, sort of. Right? So, the two things that Antifa means. Right? Antifa is the name of a particular organization, on the one hand. It is also... where is the stagecoach, though? I know it's up here somewhere. Didn't say. Oh, wait, here. That's where I need to go. All right, cool. That's nice and far, but let's do it. Gives us time to chat. Yeah, so not really clear on Antifa. So it's a relatively complicated subject, and that's why this is a successful strategy. So the reason that both of these are this kind of these are defended by this sort of fallacy are because both of them are two completely separate things. One is the statement of the name, right? Antifa is short for anti-fascist or anti-fascist action. It comes from the German name as well, because weird ideologies always come from German. In any case, though, right? So Antifa means anti-fascist. This is the Mott. This is the unassailable defensive position, right? Because if you say that you're opposed to Antifa, what that can be taken to mean is you are opposed to anti-fascism. And if you're opposed to anti-fascism, well, that just means that you are, well, a fascist, allegedly. Right? However, Antifa is also, despite the protestations of the people who will defend it, what in the world?
Hey, mister, can you help me? Please help me?
Yeah.
My damn heart's died on me and my legs hurt and I need to get home.
Be happy to. Get on.
Oh, you kind, mister.
That's good, girl.
Sure. All right, let's help her out. At the same time, though, Antifa is also a particular...
Mean man.
What? What happened?
Hope you get home, ma'am. Can't win them all.
What?
You ain't worth me paying you no more mine.
Oh, okay. Sorry, ma'am. Thought I was helping. Okay, anyway, that was weird. I guess she changed her mind. Yeah, so Antifa, despite, like I said, despite the protestations of the actual people involved with the organization, is an organization with a particular ideology. In this case, a largely communist ideology. Because in being in opposition to fascism, one of the alternatives is communism. And so it is largely, it is founded on communist ideology, and most of their actions are broadly sort of anarcho-communist type things. They're black bloc anarchists, or more appropriately, communists. The trouble with this is that they try and oscillate between the two, right? So if you criticize the organization, they will say, well, it just means anti-fascist. So if you're criticizing anti-fascism, that means you must be a fascist. So then you say, well, I'm not a fascist. In fact, I am anti-fascist. They will then retort and say, well, you must be Antifa, and therefore you must be on the side of this particular group, this particular organization, the actions of these people. And you say, well, no, I'm really not. I don't support that. I'm in fact anti-communist. And they will naturally say, well, if you're against Antifa, that means you're against anti-fascism, which must mean you are a fascist, right? So what's happening here, following the metaphor, is they are retreating from the very hard to defend Bailey. Right? The very hard to defend Bailey is the actual organization, which is very hard to defend given their actions and given their ideology. By contrast, then they will retreat to the very easily defensible Mott, which is simply the term anti-fascist, which is very easy to defend. Almost everyone is anti-fascist, with a few minor, strange exceptions that are almost exclusive to the internet. I know a few of these weird exceptions, but, you know, they're very strange and very easy to disavow. So a couple of comments here. WizKid says, so it's not what they're doing when they say Antifa means anti-fascist. Then, sorry. It's what they're doing when they say Antifa means anti-fascist, and then they literally just act fascist. Kind of. Hi, Rebel Soldier. Good to see you. Kind of. It's not that they're being hypocritical, which that's its own separate criticism, right? You can make that argument as well, but that's separate, right? What they're doing is they're shifting between definitions. So anti-fascism means, like, on its surface, it means anti-fascist dictator, right? Opposed to fascist dictatorships in that form of government, right? And opposed to political figures who act in that manner, right? However, it also means a particular organization with a particular ideology, right? Unfortunately, it means both of these things, and its defenders will switch between the two depending on how they want to defend it. All right, let's go with that and with... no... bolt action. I need to clean it. I need to clean both of these, darn it. That's fine, I'll do this one first. That's fine for now. There we go, got him. Rebel Soldier asked, what's my opinion on the Confederate flag? My opinion is complicated. I'll kind of go into more detail on it in a moment if you want. First, though, I want to finish this little bit, but yeah, I'll definitely share my thoughts on that because it's, like I said, it's relatively complicated. Generally, let me just, if I'm to give a very short answer, just to kind of stave you off until I get to a more in-depth answer, not opposed. I have no problem with it, really. For a lot of reasons. But I'll get to that. I've talked about this before in different contexts as well a few streams ago. If you're wanting to check that out, feel free to go back a few episodes. WizKid says, wait, they're flip-flopping their argument. Clever. Fiendishly clever and also infuriating. Yeah, absolutely. Black Lives Matter is usually also similar, right? Somebody will say, well, what is your problem with Black Lives Matter and why are you opposed to this? It's not opposed to saying all lives matter, so why do you say all lives matter like it's a counter to Black Lives Matter, right? Which is a fair point, right? The trouble is that's the Mott. That is the highly defensible position. The less defensible position is support for the organization Black Lives Matter, which is similar to Antifa, is ideologically communist. And so the founders and the current leadership of the Black Lives Matter movement, organization, whatever, are communist. Or Marxist in their ideology. This guy's not going to let me bounce. Okay. I can go around, right? This is really precarious. With gallons of moonshine. 150 gallons or whatever. So Kevin says, I gave up on that argument. I just absorbed the fascist titling and let them debate me as a full-on fascist. So it's something of a rubber meets the road kind of thing. I can respect that. Because at that point it becomes a matter of definitions. Like, if they're going to define fascist as opposing the organization of Antifa, then fine. I guess if that's your definition, then I don't really have a problem with it, even though that's like an insane definition of fascism. But okay, fine. I guess if that's what you want. Rebel Soldier says, the whole Black Lives Matter thing is government propaganda. How do you mean? I'm not sure, I don't think I disagree, but how so? How do you mean that? I don't know if it's government propaganda. It is certainly in support of the government, broadly speaking, and in fact the current regime or what have you. So yeah, and it also, like I said, like I'm pointing out here with the Mott and Bailey style argument, it makes it very difficult to criticize an opposing ideology. Because if you criticize Black Lives Matter, well, you're criticizing the statement Black Lives Matter. So are you saying that Black lives don't matter? Well, no, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that this particular organization has problems. Right? That it has ideological and practical problems. Right? I mean, the short version of this, right? So if I'm to kind of summarize this whole point into one, I would say that, look, the whole, that you can agree with the title or the name of an organization, or you can agree with what it says without actually supporting the organization at all, and in fact opposing the organization. Almost no one is pro-fascist, and almost no one is, almost no one thinks that Black lives don't matter. Oh, I have to pull this in, don't I? Okay, well, that's good. Do that. It's gonna be a pain. So Rebel Soldier says it's not about George, so you're talking about George Floyd, it's about getting rid of Trump. Yeah, largely. I do think that is the primary motivation behind a lot of the protests. But that said, it is, at least with the organization, right, that is... Oh, come on. Where does it want me to bring this thing? I do think that, genuine outrages about George Floyd's murder and all of those sorts of things are part of the motivation of a lot of the people protesting, so I don't want to discount that.
My name is Professor
but the people on the ground may have very, very different motivations than the organization itself.
Oh, I'm an inventor. Maybe you've read about me.
I don't read much.
Oh, well, that's too bad. Oh, yes.
You got my money?
Oh, well, it is the most wonderful invention, friend. Oh, you, sir, have done a great deed.
All I've done is get some creep a lot of drink.
Creepers. Excellent. No nonsense. Now, you've helped me develop the most humane machine imaginable. A way to induce calmness to our most troubled souls. A way to end the barbarity of a public hanging. Oh, so humane.
What are you talking about?
The electric chair.
What?
I see. It's a chair full of electricity. It's quite fascinating. It calmly and peacefully dispatches the sinners to face judgment. Yes, judgment. Yeah.
Where is it?
Well, it's in my laboratory. The next thing I need is a demonstration. A public one. Huh. Do you know the police chief?
As well as anyone.
Oh, wonderful! Perhaps you can encourage him to let me demonstrate the chair. It will help bring this town into the next century. Yes, could you do that?
Okay. So now the Confederate thing. So like I said, I am not opposed to the Confederate flag, really, in just about any way. Most of the time, arguments against the Confederate flag just kind of wind up turning themselves around. Like, oh, it was the flag of the losers. Well, yeah, that's true. They lost a war, but lots of good people have lost fights before. That doesn't mean anything. Arthur needs a snack. And so does Oreo. Oreo also needs a good brushing. Give him some good brushing. I'll also say, again, so in terms of... It turns into a real symbol of a cultural divide that I really do take the more southern position on. Let's eat some turtle meat. Yummy. All right. Calmly dispatch sinner. Yes. Yeah, that becomes quite the thing. So I will say that I really do take more of the southern side and the cultural dispute that the flag has come to represent, right? Because again, if you've watched any of these streams before, and Rebel Soldier, I haven't seen you in the chat, so maybe you're not super familiar with me on this, but one of my biggest themes that I've talked about in this game is the conflict, especially the symbolic conflict between the urban and the rural, or the center and the margin. And I generally do take the sort of rural side of that dispute and the marginal side of that dispute, right? I think that the rebel flag tends to symbolize this kind of revolt against urban conformity that was represented very much so by the Yankees, especially historically speaking. Not so much, I mean, historically in terms of, I should say historiographically, right? So the writing of history primarily addresses the Yankees as being the progressive types that are looking to kind of expand their way of life, and the Southerners are trying to say, no, stop it, we want to go do things our own way. Now, I will say that they, their own way had its faults, obviously, what with the whole slavery thing, that's incredibly bad.
Enjoy the show, if that's possible.
Oh boy. And obviously should have been stopped, right? That said, I do, historically speaking, not historiographically, but historically in particular, I do think that, where's a cigar? No? Chewing tobacco? Okay. No? Alright, fine. It's gotta be in here then.
Sure how I feel about progression. Paintings or otherwise.
Come on. You won't have seen the
Seems
like
right
of
out
it
here.
before. I promise.
Maybe that's a good thing. Hold on.
Let's take a new one.
Let me compose myself.
Anyway, I do tend to take the historical view that slavery was kind of on its way out anyway, even in the South.
I think.
And I do think that in its current cultural context, right, the Confederate flag doesn't really say anything about slavery or even about race, usually. Now, there are exceptions to that. There are racists who fly the Confederate flag, and they fly it as a symbol of racism, but that is a lot rarer, I think, than nudity, than flying it as either Southern cultural heritage, which everyone says, or in kind of opposition to this kind of urban imperialism, if you will, of either the North, of the federal government, of whatever the case might be.
Excuse me, Mr. Chatternet. Couldn't you have painted some drawers on her?
Madame, I paint her in her natural state, as she was and will be in paradise.
There's nothing natural about that.
Clothes are civilization, repression, death. To be naked is to be free, innocent, alive. Like Buddha said, you know, we are all just here to fuck.
Well, that explains the decadence of those Hottentots.
Hey,
I don't
you
know
got
if
a picture
Buddha
of my
actually said
wife
that.
here. In her delicate.
Henry, is that your behind? You showed it to that man.
That's my mama. As nude as the day she was born.
Stop looking at my husband's buttocks.
Stop looking at my mama.
Well, maybe she shouldn't have exposed herself like that.
This is disgusting.
The nerve on you!
That's it!
Come on, Mildred. This is no place for us.
Come here, son of a bitch!
You filthy little man. Oh! Oh! Come on, horse. We'll leave
Hey, I'm coming after you, Frenchie!
Hey,
All right.
Hey, whoa, jeez. Where's my hat? I'm gonna take your stuff. You look rich. So to clarify what's going on is our artist here, our absolute perfect stereotype of French artist, has painted various people's family members in the nude, and naturally people are very upset about that.
This show is well and truly over.
Remember Charles Chatanet from last week?
I know a place where I can disappear for a few days.
This is the most stereotypical Frenchman ever written. Okay, do you want me to help you? Come on, Charles. I can help.
whatever you do, don't turn around, lady. Don't worry, I'm just playing with you.
Alright, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, mister.
Okay, tough guy.
Oh, jeez.
Tough?
Okay, great. Oops. That's fine. Things happen. WizKid says, so yes, people are, as Rebel Soldier said, people are very sensitive these days. Absolutely. Funny story about that in a moment. So I, there's a game from quite a while ago, probably 15 years ago, it was like mid-noughties, I think, called Destroy All Humans that recently got a remake. And by remake, I mean, it was basically a remaster. And they basically replicated and remade every aspect of the game, including all of the dialogue and themes and stuff. It was kind of an edgy game then. Now, there's a disclaimer at the front. It says, like, that something like, everything has been kept exactly the same in this game, all of the dialogue and stuff, and it may be insensitive to a modern audience or something like that. The blanket disclaimer.
The only thing that'd get me is a kick in the balls.
Oh, you are funny, you know. I hope to see you again sometime.
And honestly, you almost have to make that kind of a disclaimer about this game. There's a lot of very offensive stuff in this game by 2020 standards, and this game was made, what, 2 years ago? Oh, man. Great, so he's off to fornicate some more. Best of luck, you degenerate. You French degenerate. Certainly an entertaining French degenerate, I'll give you that.
Let's go, girl.
Oh, yeah, Rebel Soldier, to clarify, yes, I do. I teach philosophy. And Kylie is a former student of mine. Alright. Back to the... well, not to the professor, to do a job for the professor. Let's go over there. But yeah, so to also further to clarify, I also acknowledge that that it may be, given the politics I'm talking about, especially in the moment right now, and my lack of objection to the Confederate flag, the fact that I am a professor, particularly of philosophy, I can understand how that might be surprising. Ooh,
And the only way,
a get-rich-quick
the easiest
scheme.
way, the best way to get rich is to read about it in my book. This is the veritable Bible of success, my friends. This book will make you the person you have always wanted to be, a rich bully.
Okay.
Hello, mister.
Hello, friend. Do you want to be rich?
Sure, I'll take one.
That'll be $50.
$50 for a book?
And cheap at the price. You read this and you'll want to give me 100 more.
Absolutely not. So Rebel Soldier says I hang up a Trump flag and a Confederate flag at my front door. I don't, because first of all, I'm not the biggest fan of Donald Trump. I'm not big into voting in any case. I tend to have a very low view of politicians in general. Understandably, well, I think.
You're lost, buddy.
He's certainly far from the worst president we've ever had, or had even recently.
Listen to me, friends.
But he's certainly not a unique threat to our democracy, or what have you. But I have my problems. I do have my problems with Trump. But that aside, the Confederate flag, I'm not really culturally Southern, so I don't have the same connection with it. So I don't fly the thing really. I've got a Gadsden flag, if that's an indication of particularly my political activism back in college. But yeah, I'm not. It's not like the rebel flag doesn't have that kind of cultural connection for me. So it doesn't really fit with. It doesn't really fit. It doesn't appeal to me personally in the same way that it does to a lot of true Southerners. I'm from Florida. I grew up in Florida. Anybody from Florida or anyone near Florida will tell you Florida, as Southern as it is not the South. It's just its own weird little thing, little dangly bit on the end of the United States. Nicholas Centered, my grandma sewed her U.S. flag to the back of her rebel flag. I like that. I kind of like that. The kind of bringing them together while maintaining the separation kind of thing, rather than kind of just trying to subsume the Confederacy under the Union, which is what happened historically. Rebel Soldier, my ancestors fought with the Confederates. That's why. Yeah, I totally get that, and I can absolutely respect that. Unlike a lot of people who have problems with either the historical connotation or the cultural connotation of the thing, I really don't. I totally get it. I do think that, so the Civil War in general, I think that neither side was particularly good. That they both had severe faults, and they were both fighting for some nasty things, right? The North was fighting to basically colonize the South in the most negative sense.
Welcome to our humble police house.
Whereas at the same time, the South was, at least in part, obviously not entirely, was in part fighting to defend the institution of slavery, even though, again, I do take the historical view that slavery was very much on its way out. It was not going to last for very much longer. Is there a lot of lagging? It looks like we're dropping lots of frames. I don't know what's going on here. Nicholas says, if I were a statist, then I think I'd be predisposed to fly the rebel flag, even though my region almost seceded multiple times from the state. Yeah, I get that too. I do have a lot of respect for I have a lot of respect for secession. The particulars of why the South wanted to secede, it did admittedly have a lot to do with slavery. Again, not exclusively, yada, yada, yada. But, I obviously object to slavery. So, yeah. Tell you what, let me fiddle with something really quick. See if turning down my graphics settings makes a difference. It shouldn't. It might just be my internet. No, that's fine. Let's lower my settings just in general a little bit. Particle effects always kill me. All right, let's apply changes and see what happens. See if that makes a difference. It might not. It might. We'll see. If it does, then fantastic. If not, I will try something else. But that might work for now. Let's see. Once I look around a little bit, now that I'm out of the loading screen. See if this looks a little smoother. Rebel Soldier says, "Wow, I wish you were my teacher." Thanks. I really appreciate that sort of thing. I do have a lot of like content lectures on here, so if you are, if you're interested in sort of getting a feel for what the kind of stuff I teach, I have some in-classroom lectures and some pre-recorded stuff. So if you are looking to just sort of edify yourself or to supplement whatever you're already doing, feel free to take a look around there and leave any comments. I'm pretty active in responding to comments on there. So check it out, see what you think. It's not exactly teaching a class, but close-ish. It's especially close-ish to our mostly e-learning that seems to be coming up for most universities this semester. Thankfully, ours is at least doing some hybridization and having at least some in-person class meetings, so that's at least good. Rebel Soldier asks if I speak any other languages. I do, kind of. I am passing in Spanish, just having learned in high school and a little bit in college. It's still a little laggy, but it's at least there's motion and not just pausing. That's weird. It says excellent condition for my stream. My recording software is still fine. Oh yes, as Kylie pointed out, my lectures also have my cats visiting while I'm talking. They hop up into my lap often, or I just grab them. Yeah, I don't know German. I can read bits and pieces, enough to know a little bit of vocabulary and that sort of thing. At least insofar as it's helpful in understanding things like philosophers like Heidegger, who just have like bits and pieces of just untranslated and untranslatable German interspersed throughout, which is deeply annoying. I also can basically read Latin competently, more or less fluently. Translation, I still need to think through, but I can read more or less fluently. Ecclesiastical Latin primarily. I'm a little bit shakier with classical Latin, but I can more or less do it. I can also more or less understand most of the Romance languages because I understand Spanish and Latin, so that's most of the Romance languages under my belt. It's also to the interesting point where I have heard things that were in Italian and didn't realize that I didn't understand it until I started hearing weird words. When Pope Francis was giving an address in Italian, I thought it was in Spanish because he has a Spanish accent, being Venezuelan. Not Venezuelan, Argentinian, right? I think. WizKid asked, where the hell do you learn Latin? Grad school. That's where. As a medievalist, I basically need to understand, or at least be able to read Latin. I am pretty awesome. Thanks, Kylie. Glad we agree.
Chief, I'm representing the inventor of a humane execution machine, an electric chair.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
He wants to demonstrate his invention here.
Ah, I'm familiar with the man and his work. Tell you what, I'll give you a permit, but it's gonna cost you $100 in fees.
I'm gonna negotiate.
Hey, look, this will save you money in the long run, and it'll save the condemned a whole lot of pain.
That remains to be seen, but I'll give you a permit for 50.
All right, let's do it. Still a lot of money. Could have gotten a get-rich-quick scheme for that money.
Well, the price is fair. Here you go.
And here, sir, is your permit. Pending the usual formalities, of course, such as finding a suitable candidate for humane dispatchment.
I'll tell that to the professor.
Good luck.
I need a shave, too. WizKid asks, why do I know so many nerdy professor types who majored in medieval studies? It's because you wander around trad Catholic circles a lot, probably. That's my guess. A lot of us do that sort of thing. I am, oddly, probably one of the medieval specialists in both of the places I teach at. One of the few, other than my my advisor, where I'm completing my PhD. I'm kind of the medievalist in the department there. Even though I don't do much, he mostly covers all of the actual medieval classes. But it's more or less my area of expertise. I know. Let's see what he needs. I know a good deal about both the history and more importantly the scholastic philosophy of the Middle Ages. I have a decent background in history as well. Let's see. Rebel Soldier says, I want to learn German, but I don't want to pay and go to school for it. I don't know about German. I don't know if you can use the same technique for this, but whenever my go-to recommendation for learning Latin is just to read it. It is a very intuitive language, especially if you're vaguely familiar with any Romance languages, but even if not, English has enough Latin roots so that you can kind of muddle by. What I would recommend if you're really just first starting out is just try to read a side-by-side English-Latin translation of something you're familiar with. Usually I would go with, I would say find a good side-by-side translation of the Jerome's Vulgate of the Bible, and pick something you're relatively familiar with, and just try and read the Latin and try and see where the words go and see what goes where, and learn it that way rather than trying to muddle through all of the the noun declensions and the different cases and all of the grammatical nonsense, which is very, very difficult.
Hello, friend!
Hello, Professor
Andrew Bell III.
That's it. So, the chief says you can test out your machine, pending the usual formalities.
And what are they?
Finding a suitable, subject.
Ah, funny you should mention. This fella here, he seems sturdy enough, and he's guilty as sin.
Wilson J. McDaniels, wanted for murder, bigamy, and immoral animal husbandry. What's
totally not what that means.
I'm shudders. Here, find him for me and help me put him out of his misery.
Kevin says, I love Latin. It was a factor in my attraction to Catholicism. Oh, lightning. Whew, that's something. But yeah, that's it. It is a wonderful language. I really, really like the Latin language. It has a lot of benefits over English in terms of clarity, to the point where when I'm reading philosophy, I tend to, because I'm honestly usually reading something from the Middle Ages, I tend to look for what the original Latin was when I'm reading something in translation. And it's even to the point where, this was funny, good night, Rebel Soldier. Good to have you here. Hope to see you again. And again, feel free to, if ever you need to cut out partway through a stream, feel free to come back and rewatch the rest of it. like WizKid was saying way earlier, a lot of people I know will just watch this as if it were a podcast, or just listen to it as if it's a podcast, and just kind of be in on the conversation. Especially due to these incredibly terrible frame rates. I don't know what the deal is. Oh, hello.
Stranger, these raiders are insane.
Well, I saved one guy. Des Moines Raiders again. Anyway. Yeah, I was saying on Latin. So there was a time when I was the time as an undergraduate. Oh, oops. I realized that was some guy. Hey, what's up with this horse anyway? Fancy Walker? Nah, not great. How you doing? Let me see if I can steal from your saddlebags. Can I? Nope. Yeah, maybe I can. Yay, he didn't kick me in the chest. Awesome. I love it when horses don't kick me in the chest. Anyway, so there was this one time when I was an undergrad, I was taking a modern philosophy class. We were reading... it was a late modern class. I think we were reading Bertrand Russell. And I asked, not without thinking, because I was studying medieval at the time as well, because I'm always studying medieval. I asked the professor, who was very much a modernist, and by that I mean he studies modern philosophy, Doug Jessif, if you've heard of him. He's a smart guy. He's relatively well known for he was kind of a minor figure in the sort of new atheist movement, interestingly enough. In any case, I asked while we were reading this piece from Bertrand Russell, who, if you don't know, was a mid-20th century writer who wrote in English. I asked, without thinking, because something was ambiguous that he said, I asked, what was the original Latin for this? And he just stared at me for a solid 5 seconds before just kind of shaking his head, moving on. And it took me that entire time to realize that I had asked an incredibly stupid question. Because I'm used to that being a perfectly reasonable kind of question. What's the original Latin is usually helpful in disambiguating something. It can make it actually relatively clear what was being intended by somebody, what their original language, the statement in their original language was. Of course, in this case, there was no original Latin because the text was originally in English and it was just a little bit ambiguous. Oops. But this just kind of goes to show my default position when it comes to reading philosophy, what I expect in my readings. But yeah, I will find myself doing that relatively often, just sort of asking what the, just sort of trying to figure out what the original language was, because I do think that is immensely helpful in figuring out the meaning and the intent behind any given text. You should be able to at least parse through, even if just vaguely, the original language. Way to do a big dumb, Vince. Yes, a little bit dumb. It was understandable, though, really. I think it was useful. Yes, Kevin, my professor did think I'm a dork, but to be fair, he rides his bike to school, so I guess I can make fun of him about that. Actually, that's not worth making fun of him for. He's actually in great shape, and I think he does triathlons and things. What I can make fun of him for is a perfectly reasonable thing to do, but it's still kind of funny from an outside perspective. Instead of locking up his bike, he takes the front wheel off and brings it into the office with him for security reasons. which is, again, like I said, totally reasonable and understandable because I had, right next to this campus, that campus, I guess I should say, I once had a bicycle stolen off of a second-floor balcony. So bike thieves are common enough there. What is this?
Slow it up.
Hi, squirrel. What are y'all up to? Come on, get you. Got him. I mean, I could just make fun of his atheism. That is true, too. But that's low-hanging fruit. That's a really low-hanging fruit, really. So what's up here? Is this someone's house that I'm about to barge into? I don't want to just break in. I assume this is just someone's residence that I'm poking around at. Yeah, I don't want to just break into someone's house. I'm just going to head out. Come back here later. During a reasonable hour. Anyway.
Come on, girl.
Yeah, his atheism is relatively easy to make fun of. He actually once debated William Lane Craig, and pretty much got demolished. It was embarrassing, and he even admits that Craig got the best of him in the debate too. So that was a good one to listen to. Nicholas says, hold on a second, let me cinematic. Nicholas says, the reason I love when people will use the English word and then follow up with the German word. Yeah, I can totally respect that. Now, that said, the opposite is also true. I've read a good deal of Heidegger, and Heidegger will only use the German word, or will only use the Latin word, or will only use the Greek word, if that's what he means. Now, that's just unclear, unfortunately, because the reader should not be expected to know 4 different languages in order to read what he was saying, and he also makes up words in German. WizKid, there is not a video, there is an audio recording if you're interested. Look up Craig Jessef debate, Jessef, I believe. It was a good one. It was one of the classic William Lane Craig debates back from the late noughties. I think it was like 07 or 08 maybe. It was before I took classes with him, so before I knew him. But he is a smart guy. Don't get me wrong. He's very intelligent, but he's a great scholar as well. But again, atheism can be made fun of, I think, quite fairly. Oh yeah, so but yeah, Heidegger is notorious for this sort of thing of just sort of not including a translation, and even more notorious because apparently it was in Heidegger's will that certain terms not be translated or even transliterated from the Greek lettering in his text, because he took the original language to be that important. Oh!
God damn it.
I think he's dead. Okay, let's keep going.
Girl.
Alright, so I need to capture this bastard alive and kill all of his friends. His immoral animal husbanding friends. Which one is McDaniels? Now, I screw this up one pretty often. The last time I played through this game, this took several attempts, and I had to restart it a few times. So if that happens, I apologize in advance. I'm not the best at this game.
Easy now.
Yeah, I don't think Shift-Enter works in YouTube chat, unfortunately. I don't think it does. It might, but I don't think so. Let me switch to a reasonable weapon. And this one. Let me also clean these guns a little bit. Hi, Katerina. Yeah, good time. Good time to join in. Hey, Uncle. Yeah, no, everything's fine. Hopefully your lumbago's doing okay. Here we go. Arthur's just off doing some bounty hunting. The usual, you know. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, damn, that was the guy I'm supposed to catch. Well, I executed him very swiftly. No. See, Uncle, you seem to have traveled back in time to 1899. To early-ish 1899. It's strange how these things happen, but they do on occasion. Let me switch guns, because where the heck's my horse? I want my repeater, but I guess I'll go without. It's fine. I still need to polish this baby. Yeah, it is a bit laggy, Katerina. I'm very sorry about that. I'm not sure what is going on tonight. I've been having all sorts of streaming issues. There we go. I don't know if that's the guy, so I don't want to just shoot him. That's not the guy, so... It should be fine. I can use Deadeye just fine. I can probably do without Deadeye. The trouble is just shooting the right guy, not shooting the guy I'm supposed to be taking in for a bounty. Here. Switch to pistol. There we go. Oh, shit, he's running off. Alright, let's go get him. My actual horse. All right.
Be a man about this. Come on.
So I've got the pump action. I actually use so Katerina. I typically use the. I'll actually typically use the semi-auto shotgun.
This is very kind of you.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the lagging tonight. It is it's pretty. A lot of my streaming has been an issue tonight. I don't know what's going on with the. With my connection to YouTube, must be a little bit on the fritz. So I really do apologize. I'm really sorry about that. Hopefully, at least my my speaking and such is
Take me to damn court, then.
Oh, you're not going to court. Sorry, buddy. Let's put my hat back on. Yeah, I do tend to go with the semi-auto shotgun when I need one. I just did not have a chance to.
We ain't free no more.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Can't raise no animals, take no wives. All I did was graze my livestock, married them that needed marrying, and killed any that tried to stop it. I ain't wrong. It's you that's wrong. We was trying to live free. You came along and laid waste. Take me in, just take me to the jailhouse.
Okay, that's not what I'm doing.
You ain't going to court. You ain't going to jail either. I'm taking you to a professor I know.
What in hell are you talking about?
You're a lucky man, mister. You get to be part of a great experiment.
Shut up!
Huh? You ain't gonna die needlessly is what I mean. Nope. Your death's gonna be an important step in the advancement of human knowledge.
What in hell are you saying, mister?
This professor, Andrew Bell III, I believe he said. He's a little odd, maybe harebrained, but I got no reason to doubt the quality of his work.
What's this damn professor got to do with anything?
Well, he wants to try this new electricity chair on you, to kill you, humanely.
Katerina, I do have online, but I haven't played it. I haven't actually tried it at all. I kind of would like to at some point, so maybe some of the viewers would be interested in one of these days. I usually stream Red Dead on Thursdays. Jumping into a game with me, that might be a good time.
I guess that's why
do some
he's
online
the
stuff.
professor and I'm the bounty catcher. But as I said, I can pass on his assurances that this is a most humane way to go. It'll be just like...
Yeah, WizKid,
like
yeah, he's going to do more than scream. He's pretty
Let
bad.
you do this to me? They wouldn't.
Oh, they would. And we got a permit and everything. You was in animal husbandry, am I right? Well, you ever seen lightning strike livestock, Mr. McDaniels? Well, I ain't ever seen the actual impact, but I came across a pasture sometime after. The storm had just cleared and there was smoke in the air, smell of burning hair.
No.
There must have
Did
been
I say, WizKid, did I say Tuesday? I meant Thursday. Thursday. Yeah, Katerina, if you're interested in joining in, feel free to send me a message through YouTube, or if you find me on Facebook, Professor McCoy, spelled just the same way, then you can let me know there. That'll work too.
No! If I hadn't seen the storm, well, I would have thought some devil caused that mischief. But no, sir. It was lightning. Electricity does something, all right. I seen trees explode in front of me. I seen desert sand baked into glass. That's what I seen lightning do. But, you know, hey, this electricity professor's got a plan for you. That must be of an entirely different kind.
So he's very understandably sobbing at this point, which really puts a spin on this this whole situation, which actually doesn't really put a spin on it. This points out that this is heinous, horrifying, in general, a terrible thing to do. Don't worry, there's a little bit of poetic justice that goes on, as is usually the case when it comes to executions and inventors of execution methods. Don't you worry. That said, yeah, this is a little messed up. Although it does point out the issues with procedural justice, that there is a kind of procedural justice going on here. There, Arthur jumped through the requisite hoops and all that. Oh, Katerina, this is PC. Yeah, so I play on PC. It is also, I find, much easier to stream on PC. I don't need a capture card or anything like that. But yeah, the procedural justice seems to be. Jesus. Okay. There we go.
You gone? I'm sorry about that, McDaniels. You all right?
Problem solved.
Yeah, me too. Well, you'll be happy to know we ain't got far to go. Hold on tight now.
Oh, I don't actually know offhand if there is crossplay between consoles for Red Dead. Oops, what did I just get off my horse for?
Let's go, girl.
Didn't mean to do that. But yeah, so we see that, Arthur did jump through the procedural hoops. It's just that, that's legally good enough. But at the same time, this does seem to be certainly, you know, cruel and inhumane, but that this largely exposes the sort of disconnect between procedural and actual justice. Oh, jeez. You can follow procedural justice and still come up with the wrong result, or you can come up with the right result still in the wrong way, even if you follow judicial proceedings. Right, so it really just kind of demonstrates the once again the separation between legality and ethics, as if this game has not done that enough already. Kevin says, something about grown men whimpering in fear tickles my gizzard. That's an interesting turn of phrase. Well, there you go. Hope your gizzard's happy.
The professor will be real pleased to meet you.
No!
Here, I got him.
You're wonderful. Just wonderful.
Come on. Don't be shy now. Let's go.
WizKid says, law is really tricky and only narcissists are crazy enough to learn it all. No one can possibly learn the entire U.S. legal code. It's not possible. It can't be done in a lifetime.
Where's my money?
Money?
Yeah, for all the running around I've been doing.
Oh, well, once they buy my humane electric ending facilitator, there'll be money enough for you, sir.
Well, let's hope.
All right,
Unless he's still got a gun.
Our poor unfortunate ready for the demonstration. Oh, do come and watch. It'll be amazing. Come along.
Great. I look forward to this. Yeah, it's partially it's narcissism, but I think another big aspect of it is hubris. What's with this guy? He's kind of standing there. A little weird. Howdy.
Hey there, mister.
Hey there, hi.
You remind me of a feller I used to know. Sorry. Can't put my finger on it.
Bye.
Okay. It's kind of weird. All right, let's move on. But yeah, I actually, coming out of high school, I actually wanted to be a lawyer because I love to argue and I love to love the sort of antagonistic side of arguing. Not antagonistic, but the rhetorical side of arguing, the back and forth that came with it, that I really thought was exemplified really well in trial law. Oh wait, where's the execution? I was going to the execution. Guess I'll go after a bounty. Might as well, since I just caught that guy. Anyway, though, yeah, it's. I actually wanted to be a lawyer, but I like to say a couple of things happened that kind of changed my educational path. One is I took a philosophy class, and I absolutely loved it. That really changed the course of my academic career. But then further, I also just met a lot of lawyers. Oh, what's up with this guy?
What the hell? I just got this shirt.
That's unfortunate.
I've been covered in worse, friend.
Just had to be me.
Yeah, sure did. I'm gonna go shave while I'm on the way. While I continue talking.
Pardon me.
Yeah, I met a lot of lawyers, which is a large component of why I didn't want to get into law.
Looks like I should sharpen my razor.
Yeah.
Only a trim or something fancy like?
Yeah, let's do a trim. I'll do it.
Better.
WizKid says I could probably be a lawyer or a politician even, but the problem is I would want to shoot all the unethical a-holes who are just after a paycheck. Yeah, there are worse things to be after in politics than a paycheck, unfortunately, and that's part of the problem.
Well,
oh, hey CJ, that is my wife. That's Erica. Hi Erica, how you doing? Good morning. Just woke up from a nap, or is it me? Or yeah, the stream is lagging very badly. I don't know what to do about that. I've tried all sorts of things. Everything short of basically turning the stream off and turning it back on. But yeah, unfortunately the stream is just lagging pretty nasty. Oh god, it's getting worse. It is now just still pictures. Hold on a second. Let me mess with something. Once again. Error. Poor stream status. Okay. Why? Why? What's wrong though? It's not the Katarina, it doesn't seem to be the game that's the issue. Because my my recording software, it's just fine. It seems to be the connection to YouTube that's the issue. WizKid says, "Oh no, I'd cane the unethical politicians." I was talking about lawyers being greedy. That's fair. That is a significant difference. Oh hey, it went back to excellent condition. I guess maybe I just had to let it buffer for a bit, and let it calm down. Yeah, that is also another thing. Like, first 15 minutes or so of the stream was a nightmare. It just did not work. I had to reset the game like 3 times. How's this? Let's see if this works a little better. I just kind of let the stream do its thing for a little bit. See if that calms things down. I'll keep an eye on it. Oh geez, now it's just buffering. That's not great. Is everyone lagging out? Oh, no. It is, so, I don't know if you guys can still hear me, but it is, once again, it is telling me that the stream is in excellent condition. That does not seem to be the case. You know what? If y'all will bear with me for just a moment. I'm going to reset my streaming software, if you can hear that. If not, then hopefully you see it in chat, and that will, we'll see. This might fix it. All right, how is this? Yeah, I know the game is lagging, but that appears to be the only thing. All right, so I reset the streaming software. Hopefully that fixes things. I don't know though. I'll keep an eye on it. There's a weird black screen. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Either way. If this keeps up for too long, I may just I may call it early, a little bit early tonight. It's 11-ish, so it's not that early, but I'd like to go as late as we can. Yeah, so solid buffering.
Look here.
Hopefully you guys can still hear me.
I hope you're gonna use that permit I gave you soon. There's a bounty poster on the wall there.
Yeah, I'm planning to.
Not one you can demonstrate your machine on.
I don't know if y'all can hear me. Yeah, I was afraid of that. All right, well, let's see. I'll pick up this bounty and then I'll...
That might be. Oh, my.
All right, I'm getting messages galore about this, so hold on. Let's see. All right, hopefully that means I'm audible, but not visible. All right, so I appear to be audible but not visible. So I'm going to try and disconnect and reconnect my streaming software once again and see if that is... Wait a minute. Is it working now or no? No, it's basically like that. I'm going to try one more time. See if this works. If not, I'll wrap up some of the thoughts we were having as I kind of just stare at pretty scenery for a little bit. Okay, I have reset once again. Seems to be working.
I just want to hang his poster up on my wall.
Yeah, they're a bad lot, the Lamone Raiders. Stupid
really?
fellas. Won't leave good enough alone. One of these days, the government's gonna get sick.
Okay, it's not much better, but it's kind of better. I'm just looking at it now.
All right, girl.
It is just pure buffering in it. Yeah, I do believe it is a YouTube problem. I'm not sure if it's just my connection to YouTube or if YouTube is just being terrible tonight. But I am basically unable to keep a solid, stable connection to YouTube. So that is terribly unfortunate. I'm not really sure why. I'll wander around for a little bit here, see if we can get the connection back up. But if it lasts more than another few minutes, yeah, it might just be a YouTube server problem today. That is possible. I haven't been watching any live streams today, so I don't actually know offhand. But I will. We'll try for another couple of minutes, and we'll see if it doesn't work out any better. If it doesn't improve itself soon. Then I will, I guess we'll call it an early night. Yeah, and just to explain things a little bit, it is, I'm watching the stream on my second monitor, and I'm keeping an eye on things, and as I'm watching, my recording software capturing perfectly clear, live footage of the gameplay and my voice. But then my other window is showing YouTube, and it is lagging just like you guys. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Good morning, sir.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I talked about the Confederate flag or something. Who knows? Who knows? I didn't even say I didn't even say anything about the coof. You would think that would be what it takes to get YouTube angry at me. Katarina, to answer, yeah, I've played it through once off-stream entirely. I played it once just on my own. I really, really enjoyed it, and it's one of the reasons I wanted to stream this game. Because there are a lot of really interesting themes to talk about, so ideally I would like to, I'd like to do that. But tonight, it is just not cooperating, unfortunately. Right, here's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to... You know what? This might not work. I'm going to see if... You know what? I think, given that it's about 11, it is looking to be about not working. So I am, I think, in that case, going to just about call it a night. Sorry about the shortened stream and the very, very laggy connection tonight. Really sorry about all that. We got a little bit of progress in tonight. We got some at least good conversations, if nothing else, when the stream wasn't going crazy on us. I will be editing out the first 15 minutes of this, so if you do want to rewatch it, go ahead and do that. If you missed the first part of the discussion, feel free to check it out. So I am going to call it a little bit early tonight. Sorry about the unexpected problems. Hopefully this will get resolved by the next time we try and stream. I might also just try and do a couple of really short live streams sometime over this weekend to see if YouTube starts cooperating better, or maybe it's a problem with me. If it is a problem with me, I will see what I can do to fix it. If it is a problem with YouTube, hopefully it'll get fixed by the next time we try and live stream. Like I said, I might do a couple of minor little short streams over the weekend, just to see what happens. Maybe just 30 minutes, maybe, give or take. So keep an eye out for that. They will go out to notification boxes, so check it out. Otherwise, it's not the flag. I've been doing this all night. Well, okay, WizKid, if you're saying it has been doing this all night, huh. Yeah, so apparently, Mauler's stream is doing perfect tonight, so if it's just me, go ahead and jump over there. He's always got fun stuff going on. So to clarify, just for technical considerations. I am streaming on Wi-Fi, which is probably part of the reliability issues, but it's usually not nearly this bad. It's because I don't have an Ethernet cable in my office, which I'm hoping to get set up. So I will hopefully get that done. In any case, it has been some good discussions tonight, if not a reliable gameplay experience. So I apologize for the wonky streaming, but otherwise, I will see you guys next week. We are going to be keeping going with Mass Effect 2 on Wednesday and more Red Dead 2 on Thursday. So with that, I will see you guys then. Keep an eye out as well for another video coming out, hopefully sometime between now and then. We will see. We'll see what we need to do in terms of editing, in terms of recording and getting everything set. That will be the one on Socrates and trolling. So that should be a lot of fun. It's a topic that really came to mind a while ago when I was teaching about I think it was when I was teaching the Euthyphro, and just sort of Socrates' attitude and the Socratic method and how he in fact applies it. So it should be a lot of fun. I may actually try playing online and streaming a little bit of that this weekend. So if some of you guys shoot me a message or something, and if you'd want to do that, let me know. I'd be happy to do it with some regular friends, fans, students, etc., as I always say. So if that's the case, then that would be fantastic. So otherwise, though, if I don't catch you then, I will certainly catch you next week on Wednesday and Thursday as usual, 9 p.m. Eastern. So with that, I will say goodnight, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.